before we go to the panel, is a member of our commission, again, another powerful voice for human rights in the Congress, Representative Tom Suozzi of New York.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you to all my colleagues for their good work here. Good morning. I say this at every one of our gatherings that, in America, we've always believed since the 1970s, since Nixon went to China, that the more China was exposed to the West, the more they were exposed to our way of democracy, the way they were more exposed to Western economies, they'd become more like us. That just hasn't happened. And we have to keep on repeating the same thing over and over and over again because most Americans don't realize what's actually transpiring right now in China. It's horrific. Whether it's asking the Uyghur Muslims to eat pork or making Uyghur Muslims eat pork during Ramadan, or whether it's the exile of the Tibetan government, or whether it's the treatment of the students in Hong Kong, or most importantly today, the forced labor in Xinjiang. This is happening right now as we speak, and people are suffering because of it. And this bill, which I'm so happy to be an original co-sponsor of, the Uyghur Forced Labor Prevention Act, is so important because it's the only thing that the Chinese government will recognize is if we prevent them from continuing to export these goods using forced labor into our marketplace. I mean, it's hard to imagine. It's hard for anybody in America to believe that there's forced labor camps, people being forced to work with no pay, producing goods that are being shipped into the United States of America. And it's names that you've heard of. It's Adidas, it's Calvin Klein, it's Campbell's Soup Company, it's Costco, it's Nike, it's H&M, it's Patagonia, it's Tommy Hilfiger, and it goes on and on. So this bill is an important step forward in bringing attention to this very real situation that's happening and in getting the attention of the Chinese Communist Party as well. So I want to thank my colleagues for their good work. I want to thank the staff for the good work. I just want to remind people that, I just went to the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge a few months ago. And in preparation for that, I read a book called Band of Brothers, which, they did a TV series about, and people have heard of it. And when the U.S. soldiers were literally days away and only miles away from the concentration camps, millions of people had already been killed. They were literally miles away, days away from liberating the camps. They were debating amongst themselves, is this really happening or is this just propaganda? And we see now that, the Holocaust, which has been so well documented over such a long period of time, people question it today. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort for us to continue to beat this drum to get people to acknowledge these atrocities that are taking place in China right now as we speak. So that's why the work of the folks standing up here and so many others, the folks here sitting down, and all the staff that have worked on this, and all of you who are involved in this issue is so important to call the attention of the world to this horrible injustice. Thank you.